Hey guys, in today's video, we're looking at a set of 4 sprinkler head replacements. This is for the 5000 series. I'm going to show you a little bit about the actual product itself. I'm going to show you a little bit how it works, give you some video. Going to talk about the build quality and also my overall thoughts. Fantastic product, really nice quality. Let's get into the video. Hey guys, welcome back to your review channel. Today I'm looking at some sprinkler heads or replacement sprinkler heads if yours are damaged. This is a set of 4. The company did send them to me and did compensate me to make a review about this product, but all my reviews are non-biased. I tell you exactly how I feel about these things and I give you a actual look about the product itself and give you an idea of how they work and the build. So that way when you're shopping online, this is what help you do that. That's what this video was for. So they did send me the set of 4 and there's different ones that are available. You can buy 1, 4, 6, whatever you need to replace your existing ones. So these are very, first of all, the build quality seems really good. It does come with the replacement nozzles. So if you need them, they have a bunch of them. It does give you the special tool to make your adjustments and things of that sort. We'll go over that in a minute. I'll show you how to use that. I'm actually going to set this up outside, just hook it to my hose. We're going to actually show you how it works to give you an idea how it actually operates. So stay with me, stick with me, and I'll show you exactly how this works. So these sprinkler heads are really high quality construction. Let me just show you. Let me open one up. I want to show you how well these are made. I mean, it's got a really heavy duty spring. These are heavy duty plastic. These are not cheap at all. You can see the spring right here. You can see the heavy duty serious spring that sits inside this actual cylinder. This is the stuff, this is the actual cylinder that goes into the ground. And it is all threaded on the bottom here. That's how you hook it up to your system, or you can even hook it up to a hose and actually even water. Like if you have an outside garden that you're doing, you can actually hook. And this again, the spring tension is nice and strong. You can see how it opens and closes like this here. You can just see how that works, and that is the nozzle. I mean, you can hopefully that focuses for you. There you go. You can see that nozzle is replaced super easy. Now you can see a tiny screw head on top. I want to see that screw head right there. That screw head removes the nozzle as well as adjusts the spray. So you can make the spray more, reduce the arc of the spray by adjusting that down. Basically, it hits the water, and by hitting the water, it pushes it down more and breaks up the flow so you get less of a stream. So that's kind of how that works. And I'll demonstrate that in a few seconds. You can see that. The spring is very heavy duty, so when it's done with the cycle, it'll push back down. That's why it's such a heavy spring. But you can imagine the water pressure actually pushes this up and actually and then it gets it going, which is pretty amazing. That's how powerful the water is. Really pretty cool. So there are tools that you can purchase to hold this open if you want to change that. Do not ever use channel locks or vice grips or anything to keep this open. You'll damage this actual cylinder here, and you can damage the whole thing, and you don't want that to happen. But to pop these out, you just take your screwdriver. They just sit inside here. Boom, these pop right out, and then you pop in the new ones, and they give you a bunch, as you can see here. So sometimes these do wear out over time just from the water, just the water spraying. There's a screw on top here. You can adjust that head, that screw right there. Like I told you, that screw will be forced down into the system more, and then you can adjust the arc of the water. Now, again, that's super easy. That makes a lot of sense. Hopefully that was clear. Let me just screw this back on. Now, it does have, this is a 360 head. This will go from this will do a 360. I'll show you that. So 360 means it'll do the whole area in 360. So it'll go, now watch, you can hear, you can't hear the clicks because of my microphone setup, but this is clicking right now. It'll click until it hits to a stop, and it stops there, and then it starts reversing. It's making a clicking noise. I'm sorry, you can't hear it because I got my microphone set up for sound reduction. But then it goes back here, it clicks. So it ends here, it's the cycle, okay? And then it continues round to back to a cycle, okay? And it'll stop here. So just around 360, right around there. And then you can adjust that to go less. Like this one here, I adjusted. So just do a small arc or a small pivot. Stops here, and then stops here. So you can see that. So you can adjust the 360. You can do 45 degrees. And how you do that, if you look here, there's a plus and a minus. Again, this screwdriver is for all these adjustments. So you can add or remove. Basically, you can add more space or remove the spacing of the timing of that. So if you want to make it shorter, you just pop your screwdriver in there. It just falls right in. You can feel a little notch, falls into the notch. And then I want to do less. I'll just hit then go to the minus section, and now it's less. And now it's really less. So you now see that? Now it's boom, boom, boom. So you can go as less as you want. You can just do a small section and never force it you have to wait till the click. So you hear that click. You can't hear it. I'm sorry. You'll hear it outside with my other microphone. And it'll just click. And if you want this longer, again, you just put your screwdriver in, increase it, go to the plus side, and now it's going to be longer here and longer. So you can get an idea. So you can add and subtract the flow. So that's how you think of that. You can add to the cycle or reduce it and have a smaller cycle. Okay, hopefully that was clear enough for you. Again, all high quality construction. We're going to hook this up to a hose, and I'm going to show you how it works. And if you enjoy this type of review, guys, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Leave me a comment down below if this is something that you use. The algorithm, it really helps me out in my channel. If you leave some comments that you like this, you use this, or thanks for watching, anything at all, I really would appreciate that. That's all I ask for. And there will be a small affiliate link available for this. So if you are interested, I think this, seriously, this is serious quality. This is not the cheap garbage out there. This is high, far as what I know. And I have a sprinkler system. I don't have to change a head. That's why I'm not going to actually replace it, but I'll show you exactly how it works. This is what it looks like. It looks really great. And let's hook it up and see we'll test it and see how it works. Again, leave me some comments. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the video. So I just want to show you real quick here. So I just undid the screw here. I just backed it out. Basically, you back out the screw, and then this nozzle just basically falls out. You can just see how they just come right out of here. You just replace it. So you just pop that out. Make sure you retract that screw. Then you just pop it back in. It just falls right in. Just like that there. Falls right in. And then make sure you put that screw down. And then, like I said, if you push it down further, it'll lock it down and it'll give you more of a flow, like I said. So let's just see if I can get that to do that real quick. Just pop that screw down. Moving the head a little bit. I'm going to hold the head. And let's see. So all the way down. So as you can see here, the screw goes all the way down into the flow here. That water is going to hit that screw, and then you get that disruption with the arc. That's how that works. So that's the two ways doing it. So retract it all the way out to remove it, and then also push it down if you want to have more of the disrupt the arc, and then back it up a little bit to, I would say, be like right in the blue area right there, and that gives you a full arc. And that's just a quick example of how to change those. So really, really, really easy. And also this tool actually helps open up this. So say this is down and you want to look at something, an adjustment, you just pop this in here and you'll push it in, and you just turn it, and you can pull up the head that way too. So there's a couple different ways to access it. This is just another way. So if it's in the ground, you just want to pop it up. I want to take a look at that. If you have a lock, again, you have to buy the tool to hold that open. Then you lock that open. That's why this is for. But that's what this tool does as well. So there's a multi-purpose tool that does makes the adjustments, adjust the arc, and also adjust the degree of angle. That's what I was talking about. Degree of angle. That's what that is. Okay, guys. All right, let's get out there. Okay, guys. So I am outside, and I have it hooked up to my hose like I told you. And I'm just going to give you an example of how it works. So here is the nozzle right there. It's pointing that way. And I'm going to turn the power on, the pressure. You're going to see it popping up. Let me just get it ready. And you can just see how that opens right up. And you can just see the cycle, how it's working. And you can adjust that arc like I told you with that screw. You see it going back and forth. It'll go to the designated spot that I already told it to. Let me lower the pressure a little bit so you can just get a better idea. Okay, then you can just see it going. It's going to stop at a certain point that I already told it to. And once it stops that point, it'll click. You can't hear it, but it's clicking. And then it stops, and then it starts going the other cycle. So you can see, you can adjust it to go back and forth wherever you want within your garden. It throws a very, very long spray. I mean, really, really far. You can see that's really far. And you can adjust that, like I said, with this, put that screw in there, and you push that down. It'll go to this arc here. It'll stop at that degree right there. And then when it's done, it'll go back and start cycling the other side, just like it is. So it goes back and forth, and you can adjust that like I showed you before in the studio with that plus and minus sign. You can figure that all out. Seems to work very, very well, exactly as indicated. Just a really, really nice, and you can just see how far that's going. I mean, you can really, so if you have a garden set up, you can just set that up and you can do that, and it's working really, really well. Fantastic. So you can see here, actually, I turned the screw down. Now you get more spray going on, so now you get less of an arc. Just by turning that screw down like I showed you, you can just see how it's just doing a smaller arc. So it's reducing the arc so you get more, so you can get really close to the grass, close to the ground. And you can do this, again, 360. You can control it from basically whatever you want, from 15 degrees to 360, totally up to you. It'll show up to almost 50 feet, pretty far. So I'm definitely going to recommend something like this. Definitely works, seems to work pretty good to my book. I like it. What do you guys think? Leave me some comments if you like something like this. So it goes up and down pretty easy. When the water pressure goes down, it'll go down. Let me just give you an example how that looks. Okay, so hopefully you can see here. So I have it set up here. We turn it on. It just comes right out like that. You can see that. I want you to see how that's coming out. And when the water shuts off, it just closes right up. See how it closes up? Opens up like that. And when the water shuts off, it closes right down. So it's got a great pressure. It's got the springs really strong for the extraction and projection, I guess you want to call it, projecting out and retracting back in. And you can just see how nice that works. Works really well. All right, guys, if you enjoyed this review, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, follow the channel for more videos like this. The reason why this is leaking like this here is because this is not correct. This is on a hose. If I hook it up directly to the proper sprinkler system, that won't happen. Just to let you know.